Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 78. Yatra yogeśvaraḥ Kṛṣṇa, yatra pārtho dhanur-dharaḥ, tatra śrīr vijayo bhūtir, dhruvā nītir matir mama. Dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveda yujutsavah mamakha pandavaschaiva kimakurvata Sanjaya. Bhagavad Gita started with this sloka, Dhritarashtra asking this question to Sanjaya, curious to know the victory of his sons. Sanjaya, who was blessed by Vyasadeva with divine vision and hearing, instructed Sanjaya to keep Dhritarashtra informed of the happenings in the battlefield. Sanjaya explained to the king the field layout, present position of the army, etc. And then he left to see the war in person. He only returned after he had witnessed Bhishma's fall after 10 days of the battle. Thereafter, Sanjaya narrated to Dhritarashtra details of all the incidents that had taken place in the battlefield since the time he left. If Sanjaya is coming after 10 days, then Dhritarashtra's question, what did they do, seemed to be a weird question. Why even someone ask this question after 10 days of the battle? But it is not surprising because it clearly shows that Dhritarashtra being exceedingly greedy. He wants Duryodhana's victory even at this stage. So the real inner meaning of his question is not to find out whether they were fighting or not. The question is, did they start the battle straight away, or was there any discussion about the fight, about the war? He wanted to know the details of it. Therefore Sanjaya started narrating from the second sloka of the first chapter. He tried in many ways to make Dhritarashtra understand that the victory is on Arjuna's side and Kauravas will lose the battle. But there are people who are very particular to get the exact answer for their question rather than getting answers in different ways. They may expect a direct answer which they think is what correct. Dhritarashtra was like that. Without considering all that been said by Sanjaya so far in 698 slokas, leaving the first sloka which is by Dhritarashtra and this last sloka by Sanjaya, according to him, he still did not get the right answer or a direct answer from Sanjaya. Therefore, in this sloka, Sanjaya directly responds to Dhritarashtra's question. Yatra yogeśvaraḥ Kṛṣṇa, yatra pārtho dhanur-dharaḥ, tatra śrīr vijayo bhūtir, dhruvā nītir matir mama. Yatra, on which side, yogeśvaraḥ, the master of mysticism, Kṛṣṇa, Lord Kṛṣṇa is. One of the meaning of Kṛṣṇa is one who bestows comfort to the whole world. Yatra, on which side, pārtho, the son of Pritha, that is Arjuna, dhanur-dharaḥ, the carrier of the bow and arrow. That means at this time it is clear that Arjuna, due to the sublime teachings of Kṛṣṇa, has become clear in his mind as to where his duty lies. His Gandiva bow was cast aside at the end of the first chapter, Visrijya sacharam chapam. Now it was picked. That is the inner meaning of this word, dhanur-dharaḥ. tatra, on that side, śrīr, fortune, vijayo, victory, bhūtir, exceptional power, that is rulership, dhruvā nītir, unfailing morality or justice will be. Mama matir, such is my conviction. Translation: wherever there is Kṛṣṇa, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Yogeśvaraḥ. Ishvara means one who controls and rules over things. What is that he controls and rules is being explained by the term yoga. So yogeśvaraḥ means Ishvara, one who controls and rules over, and yoga refers to what is that being controlled and ruled. In this world, there are things which are higher in nature or lower in nature. There are things which has knowledge, and there are things which does not have knowledge. That is, there are sentient entities and non-sentient entities, which has consciousness and which doesn't have consciousness respectively. Like that, there are many things in the world, and each one of these things has its own unique nature that differs from other entity, whether it is sentient or non-sentient. So why is it like that? It is Lord's sankalpa, will. His sankalpa is certain things must have certain nature. Therefore, it happens like that. The combining factor of any substance with its essential nature is said to be yoga in this context. Water has a nature of liquidity. Fire has the nature of heat. Sugar has the nature of sweetness. Atma has the nature of dependency, subservience, etc. Who decides and make it in such a way that this substance must have this nature? Who combines any substance with certain attributes? It is yogeśvara, one who controls and rules over both sentient and non-sentient. Out of his sankalpa, will, he makes this combination. And that yogeśvara is Sri Kṛṣṇa. Whichever side that yogeśvara takes, that side will win. There is no doubt in that. Whichever side Arjuna, the great archer who initially dropped his Gandiva, but Kṛṣṇa instructed him. He listened to Kṛṣṇa's instruction submissively and acted on the instruction by picking his Gandiva back and was ready to fight. Kṛṣṇa has a liking for those who listens to his instructions and has a special liking to those act according to his instructions. Only to such people Kṛṣṇa will take side and stand with them to make sure that person wins. What it means is Arjuna, the great archer who took the instructions of Kṛṣṇa seriously and got ready to follow the instruction, will win because Kṛṣṇa is on his side. Dhritarashtra, your son, did not listen to Kṛṣṇa's instructions. Therefore, where is the question of their victory? And why there is a doubt on Arjuna's victory? For one who listens and applies Kṛṣṇa's instruction will surely have fortune, victory, rulership and morality. That is śrīr, vijayo, bhūtir, nītir. There is a word dhruvā in the Sloka which means stable, fixed, unshakable. So that word has to be prefixed with these four that we just saw. dhruvā śrīh, dhruvo vijayah, dhruvā bhūtir, dhruvā nītir. That means stable fortune, dhruvā śrīr, firm victory, dhruvo vijayah, unfailing lordship, dhruvā bhūtir, firm righteousness, dhruvā nītir. When a person has a sound knowledge of a subject, coming to a firm decision after analyzing situation, and knows what is to be done and what is to be avoided based on the place and time, and act accordingly, to that person even the highly careful and intelligent enemies cannot conquer him. The word yatra has been used twice. Yatra yogeśvaraḥ Kṛṣṇa, yatra pārtho dhanur-dharaḥ. Once for Kṛṣṇa and the next one for Arjuna. This is to signify that of these two, even one is enough for the victory. Then what to speak when they two are together? It is even necessary to specify whether victory will be there or not. The term dhanur-dharaḥ indicates, Dhritarashtra, your son did not want Kṛṣṇa for help, and they choose the army. Do you see the consequence now? Had he chosen Kṛṣṇa for his side, things would have been different. Your dream would have been fulfilled. Dhritarashtra was wondering, how is that by choosing Kṛṣṇa over Kṛṣṇa's army, his sons will win? Sanjaya said, if Duryodhana had chosen Kṛṣṇa for his side, then there will be no one to dispel the confusion that consumed Arjuna's mind. Arjuna is still going to be in that state of mind, not wanting to fight, but Kṛṣṇa won't be there on his side to give instructions. Therefore, he would have not picked the Gandiva back. Rather, he would have just left the battlefield and gone into the forest as he initially wanted to do. That means the war wouldn't have taken place and your dream would have been fulfilled. But what of use is it now to go over all that have happened? It is too late in the game, because Arjuna has lifted his Gandiva back by the instructions of Kṛṣṇa, who was on his side. All these were spoken by Sanjaya to Dhritarashtra to change that one thing that he had in his mind, which he was holding to, that is Mamakaha, my sons. But even after hearing all these, Dhritarashtra's heart did not change. Prahlad gave instructions to his father Hiranyakashipu. He did not change. Vibhishana gave instruction to his brother Ravana. He did not change. Mother Sita also gave instructions to Ravana. He did not change. After hearing so much from Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra did not change. Vinasakale viparita buddhihi. When that time comes for destruction, one's mind doesn't function correctly. One's intelligence will be lost. Sanjaya concludes saying, Mati mama. That is, my mind has been purified by devotion to Kṛṣṇa and devotion to my Guru, Vyasadeva. What I have just said is the firm conviction arising from my purified mind. Mati mama is to convey Dhritarashtra that you are full of ignorance. How can you understand all this when you don't have devotion to Kṛṣṇa and no devotion to Acharya? Prabhupada in his purport says that there are many less intelligent persons who take Bhagavad Gita to be a discussion of topics between two friends on a battlefield. Just a discussion between two common friends cannot become a scripture. Therefore, this is not an ordinary conversation between two common people. It is Kṛṣṇa and Arjuna, who are certainly not ordinary personalities. Some even say that Bhagavad Gita is a war book because Kṛṣṇa insisted Arjuna to fight, which is immoral. But the reality of the situation is clearly stated. Bhagavad Gita is the supreme instruction in morality. It is not immoral. The supreme instruction of morality is stated in the 9th chapter in the 34th verse. Manmana bhavamat bhaktah madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktaivam atmanam mat parayanah. Engage your mind always in thinking of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. One must become a devotee of Kṛṣṇa, and the essence of all religion is to surrender unto Kṛṣṇa. Sarvadharmān parityajya māṁ ekam sharanam vraja aham tva sarvapāpebhyah mokshayishyami ma suchaha. The instruction of Bhagavad Gita constitute the supreme process of religion and of morality. All other process may be purifying and may lead to this process, but the last instruction that Kṛṣṇa gave in Bhagavad Gita is the last word in all morality and religion, and that is surrender unto Kṛṣṇa. There are many methods, but among them surrender, prapatti, along with the attitude of being a servant, quickly pleases Kṛṣṇa. This is the verdict, the conclusion of the 18th chapter. Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan says, in the Gita, the supreme truth, Kṛṣṇa, filled with all spiritual qualities, who drank the breast milk of Yashoda and who became the charioteer of Arjuna, is glorified. To conclude, where there is Kṛṣṇa, the controller, the friend of all beings, and where there is Arjuna, the holder of the bow, there will be stable, ever increasing wealth, firm victory, unfailing lordship, and firm righteousness. That is my conviction. With that, we come to the end of Bhagavad Gita. In our next session, we will summarize the 18th chapter. Yatra yogeśvaraḥ Kṛṣṇah, yatra pārtho dhanur-dharaḥ, tatra śrīr vijayo bhūtir, dhruvā nītir matir mama. Namaste. Hare Krishna.